Hello YouTube, this is Shadow again with another video, and here I'm bringing you maybe a little something different this time. Some of you guys may or may not know that I'm kind of a big anime fan, and I love mecha shows, and I love Gundam in particular. It's probably the one series that I've kept up with through my teens to now adulthood, and I pretty much love everything about it. So I had some extra cash. I picked up the real grade Unicorn Gundam and also the Blu-ray for Gundam Unicorn, the complete collection from Right Stuff. So I want to do an unboxing of both. Not going to take too much time. Maybe when I finish the model kit and whatever, I'll do another review later on and maybe give you my thoughts. So first off, let's take a look at the Gundam Unicorn Blu-ray. Open this up. I bought this on Amazon. They also sell the Right Stuff movies. Basically, for those who don't know, Gundam for a long time was hard to get in North America because of the sales of imports and such, and you'd have to pay exorbitant amounts of money to get a single episode of this show or half a season of an anime, and it would cost so much because of importing and whatnot, maybe $60-$80. And I think it had something to do with whoever had I forgot what you call it, not licensing rights, but distributing rights over the series. So it's, for whatever reason, they couldn't make the shows and then bring them over as quickly, and then they couldn't do it at a cheap price once they were able to do that. So now we have a company that stepped in, Right Stuff Anime, and they have a deal to distribute the movies in North America, which makes things a lot cheaper so that we don't have to go to, maybe like my local import store, or, get it straight from someplace in Japan in order to get it. So we have the inside of the case here. Actually, yeah, well, since I open it, this is a card from Rights of Anime. It's basically a survey, and if you enter these, you get entered into a contest. So I've sent one of these out last month because I purchased a couple other series. One second. Yeah, here they are. So I picked up Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, which is the third part of the final part of the long-going saga between Amuro and Char, which are like the two main characters of the original Gundam timeline. And it's a really interesting movie. A lot about politics and ideologies and conflicts, and not even so much about the mecha fighting, but it's really epic. It's a really great conclusion to the story arc. It's a great movie on its own, but I wouldn't recommend watching this without knowing what came before. And then I also bought Gundam F91, which is a kind of a standalone story. It takes place in the Gundam universe, but it's in its own timeline. And this was meant to be a episodic long series, 50 episode series, and then it didn't happen, so then they made a movie. And it's a really cool show. Has a lot of the same kind of tropes a lot of the mecha and Gundam shows have, with a young pilot kind of being thrust into a crazy situation. A war breaks out, and he's forced to pilot a suit to defend his friends, and in this case sort of rescue his girlfriend, who's being taken captive by her family that she didn't know that she had a royal bloodline tied to. So it's kind of interesting. It's probably like my least favorite Gundam, but I still think as a movie it works and it's still pretty good, which says a lot. So getting back to Unicorn, I picked this up because it's probably one of the best shows in all of Gundam. Maybe only bested by something like Zeta, and it's a matter of personal taste. I tend to also like Double O as well. But here we have the outside, the artwork, which is really nice. Main protagonist here, Benaja Lynx, his friend Audrey, Marita Cruz, is that Riddy Marcinus, and here we have the Unicorn Gundam, which is Benaja's suit, mobile suit that he pilots for most of the series. We have the Banshee over here, which later in the show they explain has a relationship to the Unicorn Gundam, and also the masked pilot here. I forgot his name right now. Wow, I'm tripping. I'm sure I'll drop it in the comments below or in the annotations, but he's supposed to be the second coming of Char Aznable, the character kind of mentioned in what I was talking about earlier. Because this takes place within the same timeline as this movie, but probably like, I don't know, 10 years after or more? Maybe a couple decades after the conflict. So we look at the back and what it includes. It has 7 episodes. They're about 50 minutes each. So it explains here the Universal Century timeline. This is 0096. I believe this took place in 00, is it 89 or 90? I'm trying to see. I'm not sure if it's mentioned with the Neon Xeon combo. 93. So they're a few years apart, but I think there's a couple more years involved in between. I get the timeline messed up. Main thing that this is after, and it's a really cool show. I watched it a couple years ago. The biggest thing for me, it had amazing music and really, really strong emotional scenes. For a series that I think had been adapted from a manga first, or a novel, and then they translated it into animation. And I'm not sure if they told you the entire story of what happened in this, but I think the ending, for the most part, is pretty satisfying, and it actually leaves you wanting a little bit more to it. But especially the first 3 or 4 episodes are really, really strong. So I definitely, if you're into anime or anything, I definitely recommend this as a watch. Let me take a look at the disc. Oh, that's the name. Full Frontal just came to me. That's the name of the character who's the villain for most of the series. We have to look at the discs. That's the other palette. That was a great episode when she showed up. Take a look at the Banshee and the other disc here with the other characters. Really cool. The same artwork from the front. So that's Unicorn. Over here I have the Unicorn Gundam. This is the real grade 1:144 scale model kit. So basically, if you're not familiar with, this is a plastic model kit that lets you build the robot more or less from the anime, and it's small scale, but it has really a lot of features and detail. And we look at the side of the box. This is what the Unicorn Gundam looks like in the show, but it has a feature that allows it to transform to this using its NTD mode. It has all this purple sort of like decoration in a way come out, but it's called Psychoframe, which allows the pilot to be in contact in a way with the suit through his mind. in a way. So it's kind of unique, and it gives it a really nice look to it. It stands out more so than a lot of other suits. But you have something that's really, really white. And Gundam, what's most known about the series is that all the suits have like a V-fin, and this has just the point. And then obviously when it transforms, it gets the gold V-fin there, all the details. And the fact that something so small, which when you build this will probably be about, the Unicorn is kind of a bigger suit than usual, but maybe about, still this is maybe a 7-inch probably figure when it's done. That you can even transform it without really having to take it apart much is pretty amazing. And it's posable, which is pretty cool. And Gundam kits are pretty much kind of like large size puzzles in a way, like 3D jigsaw puzzles. So I'm not going to take too much longer. Just going to open it up so I can show you guys what it looks like when you open it. There's the box. It's a really nice look. You have the pink and the green for the head cameras and the eyes. The suit. And this is kind of what you get when you buy a kit. You get all these parts here, which is pretty cool. We'll take these out. And here we have the booklet. And basically these are your instructions. And it's made to pretty much snap together. You take the pieces apart off the runners and you snap it all together. It can get complex, but it's not too hard. Yes, there's a lot in Japanese, but all it comes down to is basically matching up parts. So if you go back a few pages, it'll tell you like the name of the runner and the part number. So here you have I, part 1, and I, 7, and you would match part 1 and part 7. And then this is telling you to snap one part before you snap the other, which is, so it's saying snap this part together first before you snap that. It's kind of how that goes. This is not my first kit. It's my first real grade, but it's not my first kit that I put together. I've made quite a few of these over the years. And here's an example of what the plastic looks like. This is somewhat, I think, ABS plastic, I think it's called. So you have the pink, you have the white of the armor on the outside, you have the pink beam sabers, which are basically the swords, or kind of the lightsabers of Gundam, the white V-fins. We have some dark blue and black, some green thrown in there, and some stickers, decals that you kind of throw on there to kind of create that realistic look. So all in all, that's pretty much what I have to show you. Let's see if I can close this up. All right, thanks for tuning in. Gundam Unicorn, the real grade model, is out. I think it's been out for about 6 months or so. Came out last year. And the Blu-ray collection is also out. You can get this at many different retailers online. I recommend Right Stuff Anime. But also, like I said, I found this on Amazon and it worked out cheaper for me at a lower price. So I went there. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment below. I'll be glad to answer it. And hope to post another video about this when I finish watching the show again and finish the model kit. And, you know, maybe I can give a small review or something about it if you guys are interested. So thanks for watching all the way to the end. Thank you for your time. You know, continue to subscribe to my channel, like, comment below. I plan to put more content up here with games and collectible stuff. I got more figures and stuff to review, whatever. So if you want to see more of that stuff, be sure to continue to follow me. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video, and take care. Peace.